Pick up your very own 50k special Eryizo t-shirt, available now only on Teespring for a limited time only. Link is in the description. Are you going to continue the series? It's a great idea. It's been over a month and we don't have another one. Dude, please make more. It's been around a month. Where's the video? When are you going to upload the second video? It's been so long. We want it. We want it, okay? We need it, man. We need it. I want it so bad. I think I should probably make another best starter video. Bros, and after countless amounts of requests wondering where this series has gone, I thought it was finally time to sit down and tell you guys what statistically is the best starter Pokemon in Johto. But it gets really lonely doing these kinds of videos. I have no friends. So I thought it would be a good idea to invite my good friend and so-called Gen 2 expert, MysticUmbreon, to join me today.
Gen 2 expert? I don't know about that, but I can definitely say Generation 2 is my favorite generation out of all the gens. Gold and Silver were my first games, and it is where I picked up my love for the Pokemon franchise. But as Eryizo said, my name is MysticUmbreon. I am here to help out with this very difficult decision.
Of course, there's no right or wrong decision on what starter to pick, but there definitely is a best Pokemon to pick that would benefit you the most. Today we're going to be traveling across Tojo Falls into the Johto region. And just so you know, we are not going to be covering the Kanto region in this video because by then the player would already have a full-fledged team. If you want to see a video that covers the Kanto region, click the annotation here. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And with that being said, let's get started.
So in the Johto region, as well in every other region, the player has the choice of choosing one out of 3 starter Pokemon. In Johto, the starters are Cyndaquil the fire type, Totodile the water type, and Chikorita the grass type. Since Chikorita is my favorite starter of all time, it has to be the best, right? Right? Eryizo?
Actually, Mystic, no, it's not. Chikorita, as a matter of fact, is the worst starter to pick.
No, it can't be. You're lying.
Unfortunately, Mystic, I'm not. If you do end up picking Chikorita as your starter, you're going to run into a lot of problems, especially early on in the game. Falkner's flying types would easily take down a Chikorita, not to mention that after that gym, you're gonna have to go up against Bugsy, and I don't care if you're a Bayleaf by then, that Scyther is kicking your grass.
Well, that's true, I guess. Poor Chikorita gets no love. Plus also, after Bugsy, the player has to deal with Whitney's vicious Miltank and Morty's quad resistance to grass types. Gengar and Bayleaf are not a very good mix.
Now you're getting it. Plus, it isn't really good late game either. Meganium gets destroyed by Koga, Karen, and Lance. You're better off just picking up a different grass type Pokemon from the wild.
Well, now I know how horrible Chikorita is. Thanks, Eryizo. I suppose now it would be time to take a look at the water starter, Totodile. Totodile does pretty decently against Falkner, Bugsy, Whitney, and Morty. By the time the player gets past Morty, they have plenty of time to build up a strong enough team to cover its weaknesses. So it has to be the best starter, right?
Sorry to burst your bubble again, Mystic, but you're wrong. Again. While yes, all those points that you made were valid, I would have to say that Totodile is a balanced choice for a starter. Not the best. The reason for this is because it isn't necessarily weak or strong against any of the gyms in the region. It's just neutral, except for Claire and Price. They're just weird. Also, by the time you get to those last 2 gyms, you should have a Pokemon that can counteract that weakness.
Now that I think about it too, there are a lot better water types that can do the job better than Feraligatr. I can think of a few right off the top of my head too. Quagsire, Lapras, Slowbro, Slowking, Vaporeon, Poliwrath, Politoed. Shoot, even Octillery I think would be better. I would love to bring up more examples, but there are so many good water types, it's hard to decide which one is best.
So that leaves us with one more Pokemon. The best starter in the Johto region is... Hey, stop! Do we really need a drumroll, Mystic?
It adds dramatic effect though. Plus it's Johto, so it has to be epic.
What? No, that's stupid. Just... The best starter is Cyndaquil, okay? It's the best. It's the best starter. There. Freaking God, I'm gonna leave now. Freaking...
So judging from all of the gyms, Cyndaquil does the best out of all the other starters in terms of doing super effective damage. Cyndaquil can really aid the player in the early parts of the game by being able to perform decently against Falkner and destroying Bugsy's bug types. However, once the player gets to Whitney, her Miltank can be horrifying, especially from her rollout. I get goosebumps just thinking about it. Besides that, it only has a few more problems going against Price and Claire.
What's not so bad about those weaknesses though is that you won't have to fight Claire and Price until near the end of the game. By then you should have a full party of 6 that can help cover those weaknesses. And with Whitney, all the starters struggle against her, so just trade the NPC for the Machop and you're good. With all these facts in mind, it's no wonder why most people pick Cyndaquil to start off their journey. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and become an Eryizo today. Now that we covered what the best starter is, what about the Pokemon that could cover all of Typhlosion's weaknesses?
That's a great idea, Eryizo. How about we cover that on my channel? We'll call it, What is the best Pokemon team for Johto?
Sounds good to me. Let's do it. If you guys are over here from Mystic's channel, why not check out my video on if I was a gym leader in Pokemon Sun and Moon? And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.